Yeah, very welcome to you. So we want to continue from where we stopped the last time in the market sales data analysis video, all right? And we had created this new set of columns that calculated the total cost price, selling price, the unit profit and loss, and the total profit and loss. So we're about to move to the next question, which is create a row below the product commodities that calculates the total of all the other columns. That's what we want to look at now. Okay. Now, of course, you know that a row is a set of cells arranged horizontally. A column is the set of cells arranged vertically. So they say we should create a row below, okay, the product commodities. So as we see here, this is the product commodities: yam, beans, garri, rice, spag, and egg. They say we should create a row here, okay, and calculate the total. So we are going to name it total, all right? And it says it calculates the total of all the other columns. So from our Excel, you will see that the question wants us to calculate the total of all the other columns: the unit CP, which is cost price, selling price, quantity, and the likes. All right, so let's start with the unit cost price. So to calculate the total, you just double left click inside the cell, and of course, as usual, you press your equal to sign, and this time we want to invoke a function called sum, right? Sum. Okay, this sum function enables us to get the sum of a group of numbers. All right, so all you need to do is after you press equal to, you type sum, okay, and a list of functions will come out. Once you see the first one that says sum, double left click on it. All right, once you double left click on it, a bracket opens up for you to select the range of cells you want to add up. So more or less the quickest way, or one of the quickest ways to do this, especially for numbers that are not too much, is you just go to the beginning of the cell where you want to, that contains the first value, left click on it, and left click and hold your mouse and drag till you go to the last cell that contains the value, okay, of what you want to sum up. Okay, once you do this, you notice that you can see that some values have been put here. You can see B3 ratio B8. So this B3 stands for this cell that has the value of 100, and the last one, B8, stands for the 100. Okay, the last value. The column means everything in between, so it's selecting from the beginning to the very end. All right, so from what you see here, it also gives you another way you can enter the cells, the range of cells you want to find the sum for. So this will be a much faster way if the number of cells you want to add up are very large. All you need to do is just type in the cell, okay, of the first cell, the address of the first cell, put a column and type in the address of the last cell, and that's it. Okay, so after you do this, just press enter and it will give you the totals. All right, and of course you may expect me to do the exact same thing, all right, for all this. Okay, but being that Excel is intuitive, all I need to do is just make sure I select cell that I calculated the total on. All right, for the first one, and go to this very small dot. You can see where my cursor is. Once it changes to this cross, okay, just left click and just drag it across the other columns. And Excel intuitively knows that you want to calculate the totals of each of the columns since you did it for the first one. If I left click here now, you see that from the formula bar, you can see that this is C3, and yes, this is C3 to C8, and this is C8. So it has found the totals of all of them. All right. So that's basically how we calculate the totals for all of them. This is going to be very useful, especially when you are being trained for using Excel to analyze, calculate and interpret data. So we want to start the process of interpreting the calculations we have made so far. All right, this is a very important training on data analytics, at least in a basic level. So if you look at the fourth question, it says, from your table, which commodity made the most profit? Okay, so if we go to our Excel now and we look at it said profit. So our eyes has to be in either these two columns that has the unit profit or loss and the total profit or loss. All right. And looking from these two columns, you can see that most profit, okay, most profit was rice. Okay. Let me see if I can extend this a bit like this. So most profit rice. So you can see it made 10 in the total profit was 10,500, and the unit profit for each was 70. Okay, so it was the most profit. The next one is the most loss. So which commodity, okay, recorded the most loss? And if you see from these same columns, you see that spaghetti, all right, recorded the most loss. All right. So with this analysis, you will be able to know, for example, if the owner of this shop, all right, you'll be able to know which commodity is getting her most profit, which one is getting her the least, and make proper decision from the findings. And the final question was which one was at equilibrium. So you can see that this one, okay, equilibrium simply means it didn't make a loss and it didn't make a gain either. It was just even. You can see that from our calculations here, equilibrium was Gary, okay, Gary product. All right. So yeah, so this is basically it. We've been able to answer the questions, okay, practicing, using the opportunity to practice our data analysis and calculation skills. So just to round everything up, maybe in case you are to present it to your head, you want to make it a bit more presentable, which I said I'll do earlier. I said we should leave this first bar empty. So let's give it a heading now. So first things first, I will left click and drag to select all the cells here, and I'll choose merge and center here by left clicking on it to make it a singular cell. Then I double left click inside and just type let me just type something like Ijoma sales analysis, maybe the owner of the company name or something like that. You get what I mean? All right. So after doing that, let's format this table a bit. So select the whole thing. Okay. Left click on this borders option and let's give it all borders. Okay, so that we have lines. Then for this first one, just select it. Let's give it some color. All right. So let's say we want to give it a gold color. Make the Ijoma analysis blue. So you can give it a formatting style or a styling that is fitting to the aesthetics of the company. All right. So yeah. So maybe this, since this is a calculated row, can also color it too. All right. And well, yeah. So that's basically it. All right. Thank you so much for uh lasting to the end. I know you've gotten some valuable insights from this tutorial. Please like, please subscribe, and smash that notification bell to always get notified on new, insightful, simplistic, and easy to follow tutorials from Prime World. God bless you.